that mean? It means that time waits for nobody. There's so much to do. There's so much to achieve. There's a whole lot that we need to really do together. So let's get straight to the point. I want to know how many people on the Utiva team are here with me, because I need you guys a lot today. So if you're on the Utiva team, I mean, I know for a certain that Shemilore is going to be here, Jumoke is going to be here. Other people on the Utiva team, please log in with your Utiva account so that I can know where I can spotlight you, I can find you, I can make you calls. Itayo is my name. I'm very excited to be here. I really want to meet you. I really want to meet you. I just don't want this session to be about me and me alone. So I really want to meet you. And when I ask that I want to meet you, there's a pattern that I always use. The pattern is go into the chat room, tell me 3 things about yourself, your first name, where you're currently based, and the industry that you operate. So your first name, where you're currently based, and the industry that you operate. So for me, I'm Itayo, I am based in Reading, and I'm in the EdTech industry. Okay, keep it coming. I really want to meet you. Nice to meet you. Peace. I see a lot of people throwing it in, and the reason I do this, saying that I want to, okay, I'm going to take it a bit slow now because I see that some people don't have their audios on yet. So Jumoke, for those that don't have their audios on, please help me put the message in. They need to log out and log in back, or they need to find a way to, set up their microphones. Please help me put that message in. Okay, so guys, it's a beautiful morning with everybody. I'm very excited to be here. I mean, this is what I love to do. I love to help people get clarity when it comes to coming into the tech space. My goal is to help you get the clarity that you need when it comes to getting into the tech space, because the tech space is still one of the best places you can ever think of. Yesterday, I was sharing my story, and I'm sure that I sent you the email. I was sharing my story with some of my friends. We went for a dinner, and one of them had said, Ita, I used to know you in 2012. I know you in 2013. You were not even in the tech space. How did you get, from not being in the tech space in 2013, 2012, to coming into the tech space, and you're thriving in tech, you're doing what you can do. How did you get into the tech space? And I told my story, to them. And I said to them that, for me as the younger version of myself, I wanted to go into the public health space, right? I mean, I had gone to the university to study, medical physiology. I was really confused. I was doing a bit of volunteering. In fact, the first job that I got in 2012 was pretty much a project management job. I was working with one of my mentors that was in Abuja as a project manager. I had never heard of anything tech. I never knew there was something called tech. I never knew you could try so much in tech. But in 2012, towards the end of 2012, one of my mentors was delivering a session and talked about the boom. He talked about the boom, how the world was going to be transformed, how tech was going to take over everything. And it was literally telling me then that if there was a place to come, that I should come into the tech space. Remember, I had never heard of tech. I never knew that there was something called tech. But I took the bold step, right? I started learning IT project management, which is equivalent to product management today. I started learning IT project management, equivalent to product management today. And, in 2014, the world started throwing itself at me. In 2014, I started getting opportunities. The first opportunity I got was to be a Carrington Fellow. Then I moved from there to being an Atlas Core Fellow in the US. I got the Bloomberg Scholarship. I got the Chevron Scholarship. I got the, MIT Solve. I started getting so many opportunities. And I was like, okay, if I had not made that initial, bold step to come into the tech space, I wouldn't have accessed all these opportunities. The same thing with the stories of many and thousands of young people who are making decisions to come into the tech space every day and are doing the work that it requires to thrive in the tech space. I mean, I remember the story of a lady that just got a job in Kuda Bank, sorry, not just that got a job in Kuda Bank. She was working with an education consult, right? She was working at education consult, and boom, she left from working in an education consult to getting a job in Kuda Bank, and that is the story of other young, amazing people. And I was talking about Shemilore, right? And I'll quickly share my screen and show you Shemilore's profile. And I will show you other people's profile, because today is we want to get very practical today, right? So when you look at this lady, Shemilore, right? Shemilore, actually, I would go a little bit, down to our profile. At the time we met her, she was working somewhere here. What's the name of the organization? No, she's removed it. Interesting. She's removed it because it's no longer relevant to her career. She was working with an education consult, and then she joined Utiva. She did a product management training in 2020. Then boom, she got a job in Kuda Bank. Thousands of other young people that are coming into the tech space, are thriving in the tech space. They, at one certain point in their career, they had to make the decision, to come into the tech space. They had to make the decision to come into the tech space, and that decision really helps them. So today, I am so much focused on one single thing. And what I'm focused on today is showing you the opportunities in tech, and helping you create a pathway into getting and accessing those opportunities. So Shemilore, I've made you a co-host. I want to see if there are other Utivans here. Miracles here. Miracle, thank you for joining. My goal today is to show you the several opportunities in tech, and most importantly, also show you how to access those opportunities in tech. That is my goal. So where am I going to start from? I'm going to start from what the UK government is saying about the global opportunities in the tech space. That's where I'm going to start from. Then I will take a step back. From there, I will take a step back to show you how you can begin to prepare yourself for these opportunities. But one thing we want to get at the end of this session is this. Everyone in this session, everyone should have a clear career path for how you can get into tech, the practical things you need to do. When you get into tech, the practical things you need to do. That's the second thing, the practical things you need to do. And the third thing is the next step. And I'm going to give you a timeline. If you follow my timeline, right, you will come back to me with testimonials, right? And I'm honest with this. If you follow the timeline, I'm going to give you a timeline, and I will tell you, execute these certain things. If you execute these things, you will come back to me with testimonials. So let's get started. Now, there is a global research that, is called the Tech Nation, skill and tech ecosystem research. I want to start with that, because that's the best way to start this conversation. So I will call it Tech Nation. I'm looking for it. Tech Nation skill, jobs and skill reports. Now, this is based on the UK analysis. But I need to tell you that if it is in the UK, then the same reality you would find in the US and Canada and Australia. Because if I ask you now, how many of you want to globalize your tech career? I'm sure more than half of those who are on this call would say, hey, I want to japa, I want to access global opportunities. I want to, be in the UK, I want to be in the US, I want to be in Canada, I want to be in Australia. We all want to thrive globally. Nobody wants to be limited by your location. Nobody. Nobody wants to be limited by their location. Everybody wants to thrive, globally, right? So I'm trying to, there's something that I'm seeing here that is going to distort my, so give me a minute. Okay. Just 1 minute, guys. I'll come back to you. Okay. So everybody wants to thrive globally. You know, how beautiful will it be if you could get, you know, the type of visa that you admire so much without any form of limitation? How beautiful it is. You know, how beautiful it is, how beautiful it is to look at your passport and see the US visa, see the UK visa, see the Canadian visa, see Australian visa, and be able to access the world without any limitation. How beautiful is it to get a job that pays you well and gives you the kind of lifestyle that you admire or that you want? That only, I mean, maybe not only, but I can talk a lot about how tech can give you that so much. You know, the kind of lifestyle that you want, the kind of environment that you want, the kind of job that you yourself will be proud of. That when you go out and they say, where do you work? You can say, I work here as this. I work here as a cloud engineer. I work here as a data scientist. I work here. That level of fulfillment can only be in tech. You know, that level of fulfillment can only be in tech. Tech gives you the opportunity to thrive the rate at which you want to do it. So let's look at the job and skill data, you know, research conducted by, you know, technician and see what it says. Okay, digital tech is second in importance in the UK labor market today. Now, this is not me, this is research. So I want everybody now to please focus now. The training is about to start. For me, this is more of a mentoring for those that want to, in 2023, become successful in tech. This is much more a mentoring session. So let's take them one after the other. Now, this research says that digital tech is second in importance in the UK labor market. Of course, number one in the UK is healthcare. Right, in the UK, everybody's crazy about healthcare. The UK government is crazy about healthcare, you know. However, tech pays more than healthcare in the UK. Tech is number one when it comes to the second in importance and also the value that you get from that space. Right. So this is not me saying it, this is, you know, and when you look at major job roles, right, social care worker, you see a lot of vacancies there. You know, general nurse, you see a lot of vacancies there. General manager, you see a lot of vacancies there. Then you now begin to see software development, project management. Now, when you hear project management in tech, it could mean several things. It could mean product owner. Please jot these things down for those who want to come into, you know, the non-coding side of tech. So when you see project management in tech, you know, in the UK, in the US, in Canada, in Australia, in Poland, in Germany, you would see them as product owners role, product management role. You see them as Scrum Master. You see them as product management. You know, you see them as IT project management. You know, they all mean almost the same thing. Maybe not exactly the same, but they all mean almost the same thing. Now, when you go a little bit down here, you see the skills employers are demanding within the software development space. Engineering, .NET, JavaScript, Java, C++. Then for those who are coming into the data science space, you start to see data, SQL, Python. Then for those who are coming into cloud, you start to see Amazon Web Services. You know, these are the demand. But let's take it a little bit, you know, deeper and see where the opportunity sits. Now, in the tech space, the percentage of digital tech roles is as a proportion of all roles advertised. So in London, for example, right, if you move into the UK and then you live in London, you know, you'd see it as at 2019, and this was before COVID. This was before COVID. There were almost 658,000 vacancies. I mean, come on, think about it now. If they are not doing me, my own opportunity, my own job should be here now of this 658,000, you know, vacancies in London, right? And average salary is £55,000. Average. Now, the same thing in Birmingham. Now, when you start to leave London and you're coming to Birmingham, it's a smaller space, a smaller city. The good thing is that even if you live in Birmingham, you can get a job that is advertised in London because tech allows you to work remotely. So yesterday night, when I went for dinner with some of my friends, one of them is a software engineer with Coursera in the US, and also a software engineer with another company in the UK. That means she's earning 2 salaries. And because she's also a software developer, she's also getting other small gigs, because she was telling me yesterday that she's looking for a junior person with Golang skills that can help her to handle some project, because she has other pet projects that she's also earning from. And that's the power of being in the tech space. Tech gives you the value to get a good job that pays well. You can work remotely, and then you can still do what is called multiple, or there's a term that I used to use then, multiple, job roles. You're taking a job role here, you're taking another one here, you're taking another one here. That's what tech gives you. But let's do a bit of deeper dive to see where and what are the skills. In London, a software developer will earn around 62,000. A data scientist in London will earn about 65,000 on an average. On an average, that means there are people who actually earn more than this. There are people who actually earn more than this. Right, people who earn more than this. Guys, if I were you, I will begin to think about how I want to make a decision this year to position my career in a space that I too can earn a lot and earn well. For example, if you live in Edinburgh, on an average, as a front-end developer, your annual salary is £41,000. Right? If you live in Edinburgh, if you live in Manchester and you are an infrastructure engineer, you're a cloud person, you live in Newcastle, you're going on with £39,000. Now remember that this is even the lowest. Right? So there are opportunities that are higher than this. And there are also, if you think about it for a minute, there's also an opportunity for you to take this job and still be doing side gigs. So this is big and massive. This is big and massive for anyone who want to come into the tech space. But let me talk about the top tech skills that you can get into. The top tech skills. Now, remember that I said that at the end of this session, I want to show you the different opportunities in tech and how you can thrive in this space, the different opportunities in tech and how you can thrive. Now, the formula I'm going to give to you, guys, the formula I'm going to give to you, this is what has worked for a lot of people. Let me show you one of our students. If I go on LinkedIn, I'll show you one of our students that just got a new job. What was her name again? I think her name is Doreen. She writes her name with Doreen. Is it Doreen? Tosin. Let me see, Tosin. Right, Tosin. Tosin used to be a production manager. She was literally like a chef because she was working in a place where she was involved in making sure that foods were cooked, and then she got tired. I was Tosin's trainer in product management. And boom, you see Utiva here on our education. And boom, just this month, this January, when everybody's like, she just reached out to me, like, Tayo, just got a job. I just got a job. She works at Lens Square now. Lens Square is a fintech company. They've raised almost $2 million. Boom, Tosin just got a job as an associate product manager. Now, guess what, guys? In the next 6 months, this lady is going to reach out to me again and say, Tayo, I now work in a bigger company. And thousands of young people are moving and transforming their careers. But let us take a deeper dive into where are the opportunities. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you here. I'm going to be very honest with you. My job is to show you the opportunities. That's my job. My job is to show you the opportunities and show you and create a career path or a winning path for you. Your job is to follow the path that I give you. Follow it. Follow it and adhere to it. So let's take it one after the other. Tech is divided into two, coding and non-coding. Now, let me say this from the beginning so that you get this very clear. And I'm going to take a break here. I'm looking for my Utiva guys. Are they on the call? Okay, good. So I see Fatima. I'm going to make Fatima co-host. Fatima, thank you for joining me. Darling Ife, thank you. Good morning. Good morning. And hey, Happy New Year to my Utiva guys. Temi Tokwe, thank you so much for joining because I really need you guys here. Now, I need you guys. I'm gonna be giving five people scholarships at the end of the session. 5 people scholarships at the end of the session. Now, listen to me. If you're lucky, you go home with 100%. I am paying for what you learn at Utiva. Me, I'm paying for it. So follow me and let's do this. Now, 5. There are 2 different opportunities in tech: coding and non-coding. Now, let me tell you this: the tougher the work is, the more opportunities it is. Now, I'm not capping here. I'm telling you the way it is. People might tell you that, oh, just do this easy one, Joe. Guys, if it was easy, there would never be any poor person on the streets. If it was really, really easy, nobody would be poor on the street. Nobody. Everybody will be rich. Why? Because what it takes to be successful anywhere in the world, you would have to do the hard work. But Utiva has made that hard work easy for you. But it doesn't mean that you too will not do the work. You will still have to do the work. Right. So tech is divided into 2, coding and non-coding. Let's talk about the first part, right? The first part of tech is the coding part. There are 5 major technology skills in the coding side. 5 major skills in the coding side. Let me go get my coffee. Because now, Fatima has joined the call. I'm now choking. Fatima, don't kill me. Good. 5 major skills that require that you code. You will have to code. Guess what? Coding is not difficult, guys. Coding is not difficult. People like myself and you are doing it. Don't run away from it. It's not difficult. People like myself and you are doing it. The difference is that those that become successful in these skills, they do one thing. One thing. And what is that one thing? Consistency. Consistency. And how do you become consistent in coding? If you want to learn any skill that requires coding, I'm going to put your hands down. Those who are raising up their hand, please put your hands down. It's distracted me. Don't raise up your hand. Right. Now, if you're going to come into any of the skills, cloud computing, software engineering, cybersecurity, data science, if you're going to come into any of this area, Miracle, good to see you. Any of this area, if you're going to come into any of this area, you have to learn consistency. 20 minutes in the morning when you wake up, 20 minutes in the afternoon, 20 minutes at night, every day. You must never miss it. Never miss it. If you really, by May, you want to come back to me and say, "Hi, wow, I just got a job." Don't miss it. If you're learning cloud, software engineering, cybersecurity, data science, be consistent. 20 minutes when you wake up. So the time you're spending going for Miracle, what do they go for in the morning? That thing, what God cannot do, does not exist. While you are doing what God cannot do, right? Also be learning to code. 20 minutes in the morning, 20 in the afternoon, 20 at night. Be consistent with it. Don't miss it. Now, on the non-coding side, I'm going to get there I've gotten to the coding side. On the non-coding side, skills that you can learn that does not require coding: product design, product management, product marketing, digital marketing, BA. Now, I'm going to tell you these for free. There is no skill that you learn in tech that will not lead to success. The only thing is that there are some certain things that you need to do. And I'm going to get to those things. So let me talk about those skills. Now, who is a product designer? A product designer is that person who first designs what we eventually build. So you look at the mobile apps on your system. Look at the websites that you use. These technologies are first designed before someone starts to build them. The product designer is the person who conducts the research, who looks at the customers. What will the customer use? How will the customer want to use it? An average product designer that I know in Nigeria earns 500,000 per month. Average. And there are people who earn more than this, who actually even do side gig. And I'll tell you, if you're not in Nigeria, if you're outside, or if you're looking at a career outside, I would also show you what you can earn. So Miracle reminded me to show them what they can earn if they are outside Nigeria. Now, if you don't come into product design, another opportunity is product management. As a product manager, you are the one leading the entire engineering team. So leadership has to come natural to you because you are leading. Ownership, owning things, being responsible for something has to come natural to you. And that is the job of a product manager. So what usually happens is that the product manager is the one that leads everyone that is building the technology product, right? And an average product manager in Nigeria earns 600, 700,000 per month. In fact, one of our students just got a job and sent me an employment letter. She just got a job with one of the biggest, fintech companies. I won't mention the name of the company. And she just sent me an employment letter. She earns a lot of money. And I was like, whoa, that's interesting. But as a product manager. Now, in product management, there's associate, there's product manager, the senior product manager, depending on where you are in your career. Because some of you, you've already acquired experience doing other things, right? You're not new in terms of building your career. So if you get into product management, you might not start from associate. Even if you start from associate, you would move fast back to the space, okay? Product marketing. Now, when a technology product is built, the product marketer is the one, or the product marketing manager, PMM. They are the ones responsible for pushing out the product to the market. And what does that entail? It entails, number one, building partnerships. Number two, digital marketing. Number three, understanding pricing and business model. How will the customer want to pay? Should we give it to them for free? And when they fall in love with it, we now layer a price on it and say, hey, pay this extra amount of money. That is the job of a product marketer, right? An average product marketer in Nigeria earns almost 800,000. In fact, I will show you a WhatsApp chat, that I had late last year with a lady, Kombi, just moved into product management job with a company that is into remittance, and they started with her with 850,000. I'll show you a WhatsApp chat. I don't want to leave this interface. Another one here is digital marketing. Digital marketing, for me, I would say do product marketing if you really want to come into the marketing space. Why? Because product marketing is much more encompassing, right? It's much more encompassing, and it's much more desirous in the tech space. Now, another skill is BA, especially for those that want to relocate as a non-coding. If you want to relocate this year and you want to come into the tech space fast, I would recommend product management BA. No capping. You're thinking of relocating. You don't want to write codes, right? And you are thinking about, when I relocate, I want to get a job fast. BA, product management. So a BA is almost similar to product management. The difference is that a product manager owns the entire product. So the product manager wants to see through to everything that we are doing on the product from the beginning to the end. The product manager wants to see through everything, from the beginning to the end. A BA just wants to complete the product, hand it over to the clients, and then answer. The analogy I always give is that the difference between BA and a product manager is different between a girlfriend and a wife. A wife is a product manager, will be there from beginning to the end. You see all these girlfriends, all these miracle people, they just want to be there, collect your money. When the money is collected, they leave. They are BAs. You understand the difference, right? So a BA is the person that talks to the client and say, what do you want to build? Can I build it for you? And once it is built, hand it over to the client and say, who is the next client, right? But a product manager owns it because that is his product. He owns it forever. That product belongs to him or her. So it's the same skill. If you're coming into BA product management, the same skill. You have to learn to work with people, stakeholders management, and an average BA earns $850,000 per month. Let's get into the tech part, the part that requires coding. The tech part, that's the part that requires coding. Let's get there. The tech part, that's the part that requires coding. Are you with me, guys? Okay, please let me know if you're with me, guys. Please, if you're with me, just go into the chat room and say you're here. I want to know if you guys are still with me. Samuel Latif, thank you so much. Thank you. I know some people just dropped their phone. They are sleeping now. Wake up, come and collect your money. Don't sleep. Come and collect your money here. This is where we're breaking into tech. This is where we're building our future in tech. Now, I am very excited because I know that, in the next few months, some people will be getting their opportunities in tech. Most of them will not reach out to me, but remember to reach out to me. Now, cloud. What is cloud computing? Let me break cloud computing down a little bit. And I'm going to spend 5 minutes breaking cloud computing now because most people don't get it. Most people don't understand it. And I want to spend time to help you to understand what cloud computing actually means. I'm going to spend time. You see, in those days, in the early days of tech, when it was Microsoft, Facebook, maybe not even Facebook, Microsoft, IBM, Oracle, those very early guys that built technology companies, they spent a lot of their money before they even start building. They spent a lot of their money building what is called the cloud infrastructure. Now, listen to me, guys. For those who are interested in cloud, I'm trying to break down cloud now. They spent their money building what is called cloud infrastructure. It's just the same way the guys who started businesses very early, the first thing they would do when they're starting their business is to go and rent an office because nobody was working remotely in those days. Right, correct. Good. Now, the Amazons invested all their money building cloud infrastructure. The Microsoft, Google, they all have their cloud infrastructure. What is cloud infrastructure? Cloud infrastructure is where you deploy your solution so that it is available to everybody. Now, think about it this way. The reason myself and you, when you go on Facebook and you log on to facebook.com and you sign in with your user ID, miraclelove@yahoo.com. Remember that first email that you had, and your password was your boyfriend's name, baby boy Marcos, 1, 2, 3. We all did that thing. When you sign on to Facebook, right? Facebook's platform as a cloud infrastructure. That is why you are able to see your data. The post that you posted yesterday, the reason you're able to see it is because the cloud infrastructure is still active. The solution is still in the cloud. The data is still in the cloud. The early tech companies invested all their money building tech infrastructures, what's called the cloud infrastructure. But today, there's something that is called pay as you use. So you don't have to build your own. You can use the infrastructure of those that have already invested into the built it. So that means that, for example, today, you don't have to spend a lot of money building the same infrastructure that Microsoft built. All you need to do is to tap into Microsoft infrastructure and pay as you use. The same thing with Google. You don't have to, you can tap into Google's infrastructure and use it and pay as you use. That service is called cloud computing service. Right. Now, that's where the big opportunity is. Now, am I the one saying that's where the big opportunity is? No, be me talking. It's research. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to share my screen and I'll come back here. Now, listen to me, guys, because most people don't get it when I say there are opportunities in cloud. They will think, it's not, I'm not the one saying it. I'm going to share my screen. I'll show you why I say that. Miracle, confirm if you can see my screen. Let's go back here. Let's go back.
Yes, you can see your screen in time.
Thank you. Now, the research we're studying before, I'm back on the research. The research says, although these roles are clearly in high demand, which roles? All these roles: software, data, front end, full stack, DevOps, IT, all the roles here that have been listed: software, data, front end, full stack, infrastructure, BA. Although these roles are in high demand by employers, although all these roles, any of them you get into, they are in high demand, employers are hiring for them, we must not neglect the roles that have seen a high growth rate, and those roles offer competitive salary. Example of these: cloud. Is research. Cloud is on the rise. Why is cloud on the rise? Let me tell you, because it is difficult to learn. Not everybody can survive it. It's not easy to learn cloud. So don't let anybody boo-boo you. You would have to work. You would have to study. You would have to wake up every morning, writing codes, developing yourself. Once you master it, you are on the rise. Your career is on the rise. Cloud, in fact, let me tell you, is a note of warning to those who are moving to the US. If you are relocating to the US, go and learn cloud. You will thank me when you get to the US. Cloud is on the rise. Big opportunity. You can't be stranded. So cloud opportunity is there. In Nigeria, 1.5 million is what an average cloud person earns. Software engineering. That's you now writing code. There are 3 types of software engineers: front-end guys. Front-end guys are the guys that deal with so much of optics, visuals, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React. There's back-end guys, right? React being the framework for JavaScript. The guys that are doing back-end, now is another very big opportunity. And then you can be a full stack engineer. You will write codes here. But remember what I said, you need to master how this works. You need to continue to master it. Now, another opportunity is cybersecurity. I'm not going to spend too much time on cybersecurity because it's almost very similar to cloud. Data science. Data science. Now, I do need to say to you for free that this is the best opportunity in tech. Data science. Best opportunity. Why? Because every tech company today is looking for a data scientist. Every one of them looking for data scientists. You can be a data analyst, which is pretty much like a junior brother of data science, right? You can be the senior brother, be a data scientist. Now, what tools do you learn in data science? 4 major technology tools. The best of them is Python and SQL. Python and SQL. You will learn that. Then you learn Power BI for data visualization, Microsoft Excel for simple basic analytics. Right. So these are the 4 major analytical tools that you're going to learn. Are you following me? Now let's talk about the roadmap, how to grow in tech. The first thing you need to do is this. First 3 months, commit it to learning 1 single tech skill. That means that if you commit January to starting to learn, right? January, February, March, you are committing it to what? To learning tech skills. Committing it to learning tech skills, going all in and learning that tech skill. 3 months. Now, for some training program, it will take more than 3 months. Like data might extend to 4 months. Cloud might extend to 4 months. Product management is 3 months. Business analysis is 3 months. Product design is 1 to 2 months. Product marketing is like 2 months. BA is like 2 to 3 months. But you have to commit 3 months to learning. Now, let me teach you how to learn in tech, because that is where I have frustration with people who say they want to come into tech, but they don't want to do the work. There's a way to learn in tech. There's a way to learn in tech. Listen to me, guys. There's a way to learn in tech. How do you learn in tech? Number one, when you want to learn in tech is this. You have to learn on your own and learn with people. Those two things, you must never miss it. You have to learn on your own and learn with people. What do I mean by learning on your own? The first layer of learning is this. You have to learn on your own. Watch our videos, watch our content. So for example, if you enroll in our data science program, watch the videos, watch the content, learn on your own, practice, master those things, then come to class. When you have learned on your own and then you come to class, you can ask better questions in class. You can interact better. You can say, sir, that thing you talked about, I was actually learning on my own and then I realized. But if you have not learned on your own, you can't realize. You'll be confused. You'll be saying, I'm confused. So the best way to learn is to learn on your own and learn in class with other people. Don't just learn on your own and not learn in class, because you would have what is called blind spot. You will not know what you don't know. Don't also, on the same other side, don't also learn in class without learning on your own, because you won't build what is called mastery. Learn on your own so that you can build mastery. Learn with people so that you can build what is called relationship network and avoid blind spots. Those three things are very, very, very important, right? Two things are very important. Now, the second one here is when you are done learning, or as you are learning, build your portfolio. Build your portfolio. It's very, very essential, guys. Very, very important. Build your portfolio. Your portfolio is the way you dress in tech. You know our ladies, right? When they're going out, they adorn themselves with different things like a makeup and those. And when you say makeup is like 1001 plus X being, multiple variable that you don't know. Sometimes it can even be urine that they're trying to use in their face. It could be anything. That X, I don't know. I don't want to get into the X. But there are 1,000 things that they are putting in their faces, right? They're putting their and they're cutting their face. That's how you learn in tech. You're building your portfolio. You have to be adding different things to your portfolio. Different things to your portfolio. Because when you go for a job interview and then the guy asks you and say, can you do this thing? Because you have it in your portfolio, you would say, oh yeah, on a project that I worked on. That is a sentence, or that's a phrase that you must all master. That phrase, you must master it. If you want to get a job in tech, you must master that phrase. Oh, on a project that I worked on, when I worked on this project, yada, 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 good. Sorry, give me a minute. Now, on the project I worked on, those things, you must not miss that phrase. So you're talking to someone over the phone, the person says he's looking for a product manager. And the guy says, I'm looking for a product manager. Tell me about what you have done. We at UTVA, we will give you a complex project to work on. so that you can build your portfolio. When you now get into the job interview or you're talking to the person over the phone, you have to say, oh, I worked on a project with 5 other people and we built XYZ. We did the research, we did this, we used mom's test to do the. Your portfolio and your resume is very, very, very essential when you're coming into tech. Right. When you're coming into tech, your portfolio is very essential. Can you hear me well? Okay, someone says my audio is perfect. Thank you, guys. I just wanted to be sure because someone says my audio is fluctuating. Just want to be sure. So your portfolio, guys, it's very, very important. The third thing you must know. So how long does it take to build your portfolio? I would say 3 months. 3 months. And listen, guys, when I say 3 months, listen, it means you start your trading in January, February, March. Don't start building your portfolio in April. That's wrong. You start building your portfolio the 2nd month of your training. The 2nd month of your training. Do you understand what I mean? The 2nd month of your training, that's when you start building your portfolio. 2nd month. That means if your training is 4 months, right? You build your portfolio 2nd month. That is, your training starts in January, February, March, April. You have to start building your own portfolio when? In February. That means February, March, April. As your training is completed, you already have a what? A portfolio. But your portfolio is not something that you build once and then you abandon it because it's a long-term, thing. You have to continue to build it. The third one is mentoring and coaching. Find a mentor in tech. Please, guys, don't exist in isolation. Find a mentor in tech. One of the fastest way to break through and break the labyrinth, break the barriers, thrive in tech is to have a mentor and have a coach. You have to go all in, but don't go and be looking for a mentor until you've started learning, you've built your portfolio, because that is what you tell your mentor. Nobody wants to mentor you if you cannot show substance. What do I mean? Someone comes to me and say, Kyle, I'm trying to be an entrepreneur. Can you be my mentor? I would say no. I can't be your mentor because you are still at the point of what? Trying. But if you come to me and say, Itayo, I've launched my startup. We've done 10 million naira revenue, but I'm struggling with XYZ. I'm looking for a mentor. I would want to be your mentor because you are a doer. You're not a non-entity. You are a doer. I want to mentor a doer because you won't waste my time. You've started doing. One of the best ways to get a mentor in tech is to say, hey, I've done my training at Utiva because most people know Utiva. Almost everybody knows Utiva. I've done my training at Utiva, right? I'm a product manager. In fact, I'm already interning. I'm already volunteering. I'm already a part of this ecosystem. In fact, I've built this product. I'm looking for a mentor. The person will be proud of the little things you've done without him. It means that if this guy can do ABC without me as a mentor, when I step into his life, he will do more. He will do more. He will win. And people only want to mentor those that they can be proud of. That they will say, oh, that's my mentee. That's my mentee doing well. You know what I'm saying? So you yourself go and find someone, who can mentor you. But before you go out and be looking for people, show the person what you yourself have done. Community and teams. That's the last thing I want to touch on. Community and teams. What do I mean by community and teams? I mean, be a part of every Twitter space, every WhatsApp group, every this, every that. Be joining all the communities and be active. Be active on the Utiva community because your opportunity is waiting for you in those communities. When people hire tech talent, the first place they go to is the community. They go to all this community and say, do you have someone within your community that you can recommend? So don't join the community and be quiet. Even Utiva community, join and be what? Active. Join and be active. So I'm going to go through this again because I'm excited. I mean, shouldn't I be excited? Right. I'm excited. I'm excited because I feel that there are some people on this call who will take some of the things that I'm talking about and they will take them, exciting session. 869 people joining me this morning. And this is the framework that I've given to you. 4 things that you must master if you really want to thrive in the tech space. For newbies, number 1, learn a premium tech skill. And I've given you several tech skills you can learn. BA, product management, cloud engineering, data science, product design. But when you're learning a tech skill, remember the 2 things I told you. Learn on your own so that you can master and build what is called mastery. Learn with other people in a live class so that you can, avoid blind spots and ask questions from people in class. The second thing you must do is you must build your portfolio. And I've said it again, and I'm going to say it again, commit 3 months to building your portfolio. What is your portfolio? Your portfolio is an aggregation of the several mini projects that you have worked on. Build your portfolio. And don't forget, when you build your portfolio, don't just keep it in your shelf or on your system. The goal of a portfolio is to do what? To share it. Share it everywhere, on your WhatsApp status, your Instagram story, your LinkedIn, your Twitter space, your Twitter timeline. Continue to share your story. Your portfolio. The third thing I want to talk about, or I've talked about, is you have to get a mentor and a coach. Get someone who will mentor you and will coach you. Right? Why? Because coaching and mentoring helps you to break what is called the labyrinth, break what is called the barrier. There's so many things you don't know about the space that a mentor will expose you to. The last thing I talked about is the power of communities and power of teams. Join small communities, join teams. And don't just join that community. Be active, be an active part of those communities. Be an active part of those communities. Very, very important to be active, because you don't want to isolate yourself. You want to expose yourself, be a part of the community, learn from them, contribute. So 882 people on this call, that is what I'm going to share with you. Now, let's go on to Miracle. I told you to remind me of something. What if you're not in Nigeria, right? If you're abroad, or if you're thinking of relocating, what do tech people abroad actually earn? What do tech people abroad actually earn? I'm going to come back to that. So I want to quickly show you. We have that on the UTIVA website. So if you go to our website, you will see that piece of information. It's right there. It's always there. You will see that information. So let me show you on our website, quickly, because I promised that I'm going to do that, and then I'll go to other things. Right. So if you go to our website, for example, if you're interested in data, right? An average data scientist, earns what? You see, $70,000 according to Glassdoor. And remember, this is average. $50,000 average. Don't you think it's almost the same number with what we saw on Tech Nation in pounds? Because that was in pounds. If you check product design, average design person earns £99,000 according to Glassdoor. Why? Because a product designer has 3-4 design work that is doing, so they earn a lot. According to Glassdoor, a programmer, a software developer, on an average earns $85,000, according to Glassdoor. So you will see all these opportunities are actually there. You can tap into them. Now, let me talk about what we offer you at UTIVA. What do we offer you? Because I think that is very, very essential. What do we offer you? What do we offer you? I'm going to talk about that, and I'll talk about my questions that I want to ask you to give you my scholarship. But then people are saying, can I win that scholarship? Can I? Yeah, you can. What do we offer you at UTIVA? I think that's very, very essential. The way you learn at UTIVA is this. All our training programs are hands-on. They are hands-on. All our training programs. They are hands-on. What does that mean? It means you are going to be added to our learning platform. You are learning on your own. You come to live class. You learn on your own. You come to live class. You learn on your own. You come to live class. Live class is where you will now interact with the trainers and other learners like you. And then you will be given lots of projects to work on. Hands-on, a lot of projects. Now, you will build your portfolio at UTIVA too. What does that mean? It means that you will build your portfolio. You will build your portfolio. There are portfolios to build. You will build your portfolio at UTIVA. That's very important. Okay. Now, how you will learn? Learning online, live classes. Our classes are on weekends. Weekday, you are learning on your own, watching videos on your own, interacting with the content. And on weekends, you are also learning a live class. Project and assignments. You would have so many projects to work on. That's where you're building your portfolio, right? So many capstone projects. That's where you're building your portfolio. And you will be a part of UTIVA community. Be an active part of UTIVA community. An active part of UTIVA community. Good. So, 2 questions that I want to ask, and I'm going to take them one after the other. And what I will do is this. Is Bamidele here? Bamidele, are you here? Or have you abandoned me? I thought I made him a co-host the other time. Is Bamidele here? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I guess his network threw him out later.
Okay. Let's assume that it is his network that threw him out, that he didn't throw himself out.
I'll get him for you in a minute.
Yeah. But I'll do it myself. Now, what I want to do is this, guys. I want to give 5 people scholarship this month, right? 5 people scholarship. But I will not announce the scholarship here, right? I would announce your name. I would announce the winners of the scholarship here, right? I will check you out. I'll see, I will pick. That's why I have the UTIVA guys here to help me take notes of those that will win my scholarship. Take note of their names. And we will check you out on Instagram and we would announce today, or we'll check you out, we'll announce today. If you're winning, if you're not winning. So go on our Instagram, make sure that you are following us, because that is where we're going to announce, the final winners today. Now, let me quickly say this. I don't know why this is. Okay. This is our Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, guys. This is where we're going to announce, winners. Now, the way you learn at UTIVA is important that you focus so much on building your portfolio. Very, very important. Building your portfolio. Don't drop your Instagram handle. We're not following you. You have to follow us to come and check if you're a winner. Now, the first thing I want to ask you is this. How many months should you devote to building your portfolio? How many months? Okay. How many months? Okay. See people giving me the answers. Thank you. Thank you. Good. So I see those who get the answers correctly. See them already. If your name is not here, we will not be able to know you. We can't know you if you're not your name. How do we know you? If your name is if your name is to go one, how do we know you? There's no way we can know you. So we've already picked our winners here. Our winners. Remember, guys, 3 months is what you want to commit to building the portfolio. Right. Now, the second thing is this. What is the phrase? There's a particular phrase that you must master when you're trying to get a job. What's that phrase? That's my second question. What's that phrase? Yes. Larry, thank you. Clinton, thank you. I got that. Good. Interesting. Thank you. There's another person that got the answer about your name is user. How do I know you when your name is user? So always use your right name when you're on a Zoom call. Always use your right name when you're on a Zoom call. Right. Okay. That's very, very important. The last question I want to ask you is this. What is that one tech skill that is on the rise? According to Tech Nation. That is on the rise. Cloud. Yes, cloud. Thank you. I see The first person that got the answer, I see. Don't worry. This session is recorded by me. We're going to share this recording with my guys. They will look at it and then they will pick the 5 winners of the scholarships. We would announce on Instagram. Remember, guys, if you're not following us on Instagram, this is the best time for you to follow. Now, let's talk about you now.
Excuse me, Tayo. Let me chip this in. Yes. So our Instagram handle is utiva.io, UTIVA.io. So ensure that you're following the right account. Yeah. It's very important. UTIVA.io. Thank you.
Now, the interesting thing I have done is that I've put the link here. For those who just want to follow us quickly, I've put the link here. Follow us on Instagram, UTIVA.io, or you just click on that link right there and you're straight up, following. Now, let me share this with you quickly, because I think this is very important. Now, when you are starting to learn at UTIVA, 2 things that you must have at the back of your mind. Number 1 is this: you must, very, very essential, very, very important, you must commit to learning. Number 1, commit to learning. Number 2, when you're getting to learn, is don't forget to be building your portfolio. It's very, very important to build your portfolio. Now, if you're making up your mind that January is the time that you want to get into tech, you're making up your mind that January is the best time for you to get into tech, we have a class that starts in the next 2 weeks. For those that want to get into tech, a class starts, Miracle, am I correct? It's in the next 2 weeks. Right. Yes, in the next 2 weeks, a class starts.
January 21st.
January 21st. A class starts January 21st. And listen, guys, this is the best time for you to jump in the learning program. This is the best time. January 21st, a class starts. Right. And it's easy to get into the class. What do you need to do? Boom. Just go to utiva.io. Go to utiva.io. Right? When you get on utiva.io, just look at all our learning programs. Data, take your time to look at it. Data, design, product, cloud, programming, BA, product marketing. Look at all the learning programs and choose the one that you want. Choose BA, for example. If you want to go into BA, when you click on BA, you see the course. You see the BA course, right? You see the BA course. This is the opportunity for you if you come into BA, right? And then, you can click on learn more. When you're ready, just click on enroll now, and pay to join the program. Now, immediately you pay, you are added on the UTIVA learning platform. You're going straight to learn. You're added to the UTIVA learning platform. You're going straight to learn. That is how it is done. I'm going to do this again for those that want to come into the learning program. When you get on UTIVA website, you can click on individual, and then you see all of our learning programs. You see design, click on our design bootcamp. Our bootcamp is for those that want to come into this program. 75,000, you're in the design bootcamp. What are we giving you? We're giving you, self-paced learning where you're learning on your own. Live classes where you're coming to class to come and learn. So you would have learned on your own. You're coming to class to now come and learn. That means that the learning in class is much more productive. It's effective because you've learned a little things on your own, and you now come to class. It's much more effective because now you can ask intelligent questions. You can debate. You can clarify. You can say, "Guy, I'm confused." Or when I was learning on your own. But if you don't learn a bit on your own, you can't be confused because you don't know. You've not done it before. You understand what I'm saying? That's how to learn. And then you now, begin to build your portfolio. We will give you projects to work on to build your portfolio, and we would also provide mentoring and coaching. And hopefully, you move into tech. I mean, there's one of our students again. What's her name? This lady, I've forgotten her name now. She just got a job in product management with InterSwitch, right? One of our students. She's got a job with InterSwitch. She was working with I want to charge my device. She was working with a tech company called Temai, and then she left Temai. She joined InterSwitch. People are getting their dream jobs. I just give you an example of Shemilori, for example, who now works in Kuda. Tosin, who works in Lens Square now. There are people who are moving into new jobs, and you too should move into your dream job. You know, that is how we do this thing here at Utiva. Your testimonial is coming. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. We'll continue to do this, continue to provide mentoring and support to everybody. Have a beautiful morning, everybody. I will end the call now. You guys that join me from Utiva team, please join my my personal call. Join my personal call. Thank you so much,
just
guys.
a minute, Tayo. So before you hang up, yes. So if you'd like to speak with us directly, my colleague Jumoke dropped a link to WhatsApp. So ensure that you click on that link. And then, Aita has given us all the information that we need. So you can just go ahead, go to the website and make your payments. So Jumoke is dropping the link again. Please ensure that you click on that to, reach out to us if you have any concerns. Thank you very much.
Yeah, guys, if you have concerns, you want to talk to someone, we are dropping a WhatsApp link here. Just click on the link. You will get someone on our team to talk to you, to give you all the clarification that you need. Jumi is there to help you. Shemilore is here to help you. Mopilade is here. Miracle is here. I don't even know if Mopilade is here. She didn't join me. The guys, Fatima, probably abandoned me along the way. I know. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining. I'll catch up with the Utiva team. Have a beautiful time, guys. Bye-bye.